Hey, it's only me.
Today we're going to talk about how to open an average root ball, what a tangled root ball looks like, the importance of untangling roots, my advice for rooting mesh, and tips and tricks for success. I'm working with a clematis today, but the method is the same for all plants. Obviously, I'm not wearing anything wildly inappropriate here, but it just doesn't feel very appropriate for this video, so I'm just going to pop a little heart over where I'm working. First, take off all the packaging, ties, and wooden sticks. Gently pull away any roots on the outside of the root ball. Free any roots that you can without pulling, breaking, or ripping any roots. Gently massage the roots to try to free them from all of the dirt. I know it kind of looks like I'm trying to tickle it here, but I'm just trying to get any excess dirt away from the roots. Gently untangle any roots that are going back up into the root ball. Try to be really patient and persevere with the process. Try to be as gentle and careful as you can. It's kind of like untangling a child's hair or necklaces or something. You just have to be as patient and as gentle as you can. If it comes down to it and you absolutely have to rip the roots in order to open the root ball, try to focus on the smallest roots to rip and see if that will work. In the end, the root ball needs to be open, so it is better to break a couple of the smaller roots or even a larger one if you have to. That's fine, just do as little damage as possible. You can start to see that the middle of the root ball is really starting to open up here. Now I know this might be a little bit controversial, but there's always this fabric around the root ball, and it's basically a root mesh that they use in order to help protect the roots of young plants, basically. Now these are supposed to fully decompose, but in my opinion, I have found the plants do way better if I take this mesh off, even if that means breaking off one part of the roots. My plants just are always a little restricted when it comes to this mesh, and I've even opened it once and found that a lot of the roots were decaying inside because they were just all bunched up together. Now, like I said, they are supposed to degrade, but I have found that sometimes this does not occur. So I would suggest if you have any plants that you get straight from the garden center that have any like fabric inside of the root ball, absolutely take it out, even if that means possibly breaking some of the roots. And now look at these roots, they look fantastic, and you can spread them out totally horizontally and they would still do great. You can get right up into the bottom of the plant, which is going to be so great for receiving those nutrients and water and all of the things it needs to really thrive. This one, on the other hand, is a prime example of why you need to open the root ball. You can clearly see where the roots have circled back up into the root ball and have gotten tangled together, and they're slowly strangulating themselves. I'm just going to use the same method again, but this one's going to be a little more difficult. If you need to soak the roots in water in order to get some of the dirt away or to see more clearly, feel free to do that for a couple of hours. Wow, these roots are really knotted up and I'm struggling to pull them away. I finally found one that was causing quite a lot of trouble, so that should make things a little easier. Unfortunately, there are still some that are really knotted up inside the root ball. I've had to really pull this one a little harder than I'd like to. And the rest of the roots are really coming out a little easier now. Some of the roots are still pretty knotted up right in the middle of the plant's root ball, but with the rest of the roots untangled, this should be pretty easy. That's looking a lot better. I think we're nearly done. If I didn't untangle this root ball, this plant would have definitely died. It would have wrapped its roots around itself and it would not have survived. Now that it's ready, let's get it in the garden. Thanks so much for watching.